33rd edition of LM's Weekly Wrap, our weekly program to cover the developments relating to the markets. This week has been quite an eventful one for the domestic markets, but the international markets continue to be largely muted, still very nervous. And domestic market full of developments, whether it's on the Adani front or whether it's on the railways related front. More cues about the market, more market developments. I think Jash will be giving us some insights. Jash, kindly take it ahead.
Thank you, sir. It's great to be back, and as usual, I'll be starting with Nifty. Last week and this week was extremely eventful. I think everyone was quite depressed with the markets. We saw a 9-day losing streak, including last week and this week, which was broken on Wednesday. We saw a good pullback rally, which it again gave up yesterday, and today we see is a very good rally. We don't know if it's a short covering or profit booking or reversal. We need to wait and watch for the next week. But global cues, coming to the global markets, global cues still remain very fearful. US markets, dollar index went above 4, which is slightly frightening. All the major central banks of the world are still hinting at hiking the rates, including the US markets, which governs the whole rate hike scenario right now. So if because their job data as the PPI, CPI, everything remains to be strong, even the sales data. So what I feel is that they want to control it in any manner, and that is why they're going to keep hiking the rates. As I said last week, that we might not see a rate cut scenario anymore in this year at least, and we'll have to wait for the next year for the rate cuts. So maybe the peak out cycle is delayed by a few months. Coming to other points, a very interesting topic on the US job market. We are seeing less unemployment data, but maybe that is because people with higher paying jobs, and when they were removed from the jobs, when they were unemployed, they went and took the lower paying jobs. So their per capita income is going to reduce, definitely. That is shown with a lag. But the per capita income is going to be reduced, but there will be lesser number of unemployed people. So that is a very interesting turn that has been taken, and that is why we are seeing the numbers that are there. So the complete unemployment is not visible right now, but maybe we have to wait and watch for that. Coming back to the domestic markets, we saw the talk of the town, Adani Group, showing a sharp reversal. With the amount of market cap it is broken, it is barely anything, maybe 10 or 15% reversal over there. But that has definitely shown some respite in the market. That is changing the mood of the market. That's what I would say. People are getting pulled back to the market again, and the counters that were dry, the trading, people had stopped trading, the retailers, they have started again. I can see those small green shoots over there, and they've started trading again. But I think it's too early to say anything. We need to wait for another week and see how it goes. I would still recommend sell on rises. Please keep booking profits. That's how we would be able to buy at lower levels. And with this, I think there's a lot of action in the sectors also. Railways is showing some remarkable movement, and I would ask Nirav sir to shed some more light on that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jash. So yes, as pointed out by Jash, quite global cues, and in the domestic markets, I think we started off the week on a very nervous note. The Adani Group stocks were under a tremendous amount of pressure, but then the Supreme Court hearing, the directions given by the Supreme Court in the Hindenburg case, that the report needs to be submitted within a time frame of 2 months. At the same time, we saw fundraising by the Adani Group promoters. It was a secondary market transaction wherein the promoters sold their stake in 4 entities, namely Adani Enterprises Limited, Adani Green Energy Limited, Adani Transmission Limited, and Adani Ports and SEZ. So this transaction yesterday, which took place yesterday, was a kind of a game changer. GQG Partners, which is based out of US and listed in Australia, they have invested in these Adani Group companies, and this was a kind of a confidence vote for the Adani Group stocks. Today we saw a distinct change in the sentiment as far as the group stocks were concerned, and as we talk, I think Adani Enterprises is racing towards 20% upper circuit, and we have Adani Ports and SEZ, which is also up handsomely in trade, Ambuja Cement, which has raced up in trade. So I think sentiment change is happening. Whether this is a trend reversal, it's too early to say, but I think next week we'll get an idea in the early next week. But next week again is a truncated week, so I think we have a holiday in between, so it will be interesting how the market plays out. Another important thing was that we saw the negative sentiment being spilled over to Vedanta Group also. What kind of negative sentiment we saw in Adani Group, we were seeing the similar kind of developments, apprehensions beginning to take place in the Vedanta Group too. As of now, Vedanta Group 2 has recovered in trade, up about 5 to 6% in trade today. So I think that is again a positive booster as far as the overall market sentiment is concerned. One another important development which has taken place yesterday is in railways. I think some time back we had discussed how a freight locomotive order of 26,000 crores for the supply of 1200 freight locomotives was awarded to Siemens. We've seen how government has allotted orders for 90,000 wagons to wagon manufacturers, and in this, continuing in this line, we had 200 Vande Bharat trains whose order tender was floated, and I think RVNL, Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, along with its Russian partner, has emerged as L1, the lowest bidder in this for this order. And we have Titagarh Wagon and Bhel Consortium, which has emerged as L2 for the order. So I think overall this is also a positive development. 200 Vande Bharat trains means an order size of close to 58,000 crores. So this is not just an order for the supply of train sets, it's also a service order. That means the maintenance will also have to be done by these operators, and that is for 35 years. So it ensures recurring income plus better quality margins in the service business. So I think this again is a very, very big development from overall the government's commitment to the railways, the government's commitment to electrification, modernization of railways. Another sector which I think really benefited from this change in the sentiment is the PSU Bank Index. Today we are seeing stocks like State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, etc. They've all surged in trade because they had been beaten down for no fault of theirs, just because of the perception that they have an exposure to the Adani Group, etc. So we've seen these stocks make a comeback in the trade today. So I think that is positive. Apart from that, we are getting some good support from IT stocks, metal stocks, which are trying to make a comeback in the market. So the overall, as far as the week is concerned, we end on a strong note. But how we are able to build up from these levels is something which we have to see. Next week is going to be important because we often get comments on our comment section that you do discuss what has happened in the past, but you are not very, very clear on what is likely to happen. So I think that is the beauty of the markets. We come out with stock ideas, we come out with our commentary, and in our commentary we have constantly emphasized on Adani Cement, that is Ambuja. We have constantly emphasized on Adani Ports and SEZ. So we have given a lot of commentary on all these cash generating companies of the Adani Group. That is one aspect. Apart from this, I think next week will be important for the market because there is going to be a roadshow also from the worldwide roadshow by the Adani Group, which will be conducted in the major global cities of the world like London, Paris, etc. And this is a fundraising for the fixed income segment. of Adani. So this is also going to be an important barometer going forward, and we will see how the other data plays out as far as the markets are concerned. So I think that's about it. Time restrictions, of course, do not permit us to go any further.
Yes.
But please write back to us with your feedback on the program, and I'll hand over to Jash for the closing.
Sir,
comments.
adding to that, sir, about the next week, as it's very important for Adani, but when we have a holiday in the week, markets generally dry up because so I don't think there'll be too much action in the next week. Of course, barring the Adani groups and the other groups, but otherwise, I think it will be a more of a silent,
Truncated week.
truncated
So,
week, definitely.
Definitely.
There'll
one
be
can expect
some
less.
kind of silence in the coming week. But this is our view. Of course, we don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. Things can change anytime. So, have a good weekend and like, share, subscribe, and let us know if you have any feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much.